Hello, Gemini. Welcome to the YouTube channel, Tarot by Summer, and I thank you so much for stopping by to take a look at your general reading for the mid-month of June. As I was praying and meditating over your reading, to get it started and get it going and draw in on the energies, the overall energies for Gemini, I got this vision of a woman walking down a a two-way street in like somewhere like in the Midwest somewhere. Okay, she's in the Midwest. She's walking down the street. The sun is shining, and there's like grain and trees on both sides, maybe corn or something. And there's like no houses anywhere around, or just nothing else, just some trees and I don't know, maybe it was wheat or corn or something like that. But she's walking down the middle of the street towards the sun by herself. Doesn't have any bags or anything. She's just walking and she's wearing like a cream colored dress and it's fluent, it's flowing. That cream color, that woman split into two people, and on one side it was her, but she kind of separated, okay, and into like a twin or something, right? Like Gemini, the two sides of Gemini. One person out, her dress started changing colors into like light blue and pink and like lavender, really, summery, springy colors, pastel colors. And the other person, the other woman, the other side of herself remained in this cream colored dress, beige or cream or something like that. And it was a really beautiful vision that I saw. And then, they're walking alongside each other, walking, and she or they, the twins, just, felt, I don't know, like light and alive and like a freshness. It was like a fresh feeling. I don't know how to describe this. This is the best way, I'm doing the best I can to kind of describe it. I don't know what this means to some of you, but maybe what I'm saying will resonate with someone. Um, they're walking a little bit slowly, not too fast, just kind of, you know, gliding gracefully walking. And then they merge back together into one person where we're in the cream colored dress. Then I started to come out of a meditative state and, come back and focus on the reading and laying the spreads, pre-laying the spreads to get started. So I don't know. I hope that it'll come out in the reading what this means, or maybe it'll mean something to someone watching the video, watching the reading. I hope so. To me, it would mean journey and freedom in search of something new, in search of an alternate side of self, or seeking something new for self, or seeking change within self without totally changing. To me, that's what it would mean for me. But I don't know. I don't quite know yet. I'm not a Gemini, and this reading isn't about me. So I don't know. Think about it. Maybe write back in the comments and let me know if that's something that hit home with you after the reading. Anyway, I want to get started. Okay. I laid out my version of a Celtic cross spread. I like to modify it a little bit. Gives me a little room for creativity, and it helps me to be able to fit as much as I can within the frame of the camera so that I can film. Okay. At the center of your spread is the Ten of Cups. At the base or the foundation of your reading is the Hierophant in reverse. In the immediate past is Page of Swords. What crowns you is right above you, what's on your mind is the Hierophant. What crosses you is the Moon. In your immediate future, you have Ace of Wands. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, you have Two of Pentacles. I like to flip over the bottom of the deck because oftentimes uh, a card or a few cards tell more about a story. It gives like the basis of what's going on with the reading, or like it gives like the main idea of what's going on. Or it can help me to uncover more about what's going on during your reading, because oftentimes we hide things from ourselves and from others by sweeping things under the rug, so to speak. You know how when you don't want to, when you were young and you didn't want to sweep up something off of the floor, so you kind of sweep it under the rug, like, you know, oh, I'm just gonna, out of sight, out of mind. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Mom and dad won't notice. But that's kind of how it is, you know, underlying things, issues that we sweep under the rug because we don't want to address, we don't want to deal with them, or we want to kind of keep them on the low and don't want others to know. We don't want things to be as obvious as what is in the spread. So you also have, I clarified the Ace of Wands with the Five of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Six of Wands, and Four of Swords. Now, I'm going to go back to the center of the spread. Ten of Cups is where you are now. It is something that you have around you. You have an abundance of love. You have family around you. You have you've achieved great harmony and happiness with family, with loved ones. It could be your immediate family that you've built. It could be your um, birth family, a multitude of friends, a combination. However, it resonates with you. This is what you have right now. You have a lot of love in your life, a lot of harmony, good people on your side, good supportive people. What crosses you is the moon. This can either help you in some way or hinder you in some way. There is some sort of secret, okay? There's some sort of secret that you have that you're hiding from someone, or someone is hiding a secret from you, or and you don't know about it. Okay, it hasn't come to surface, it hasn't come to light, but there is some sort of family secret. Okay, could this secret be to protect you, or is it to protect someone in your family? Can this secret help you because it's protecting you? Is that what the secret is for? Is it helping someone in the family by protecting them? Is the secret something that's stopping you from creating something else in your life, or progressing um, in life, or in relationship, or with family? I'm not sure, but there's some sort of secret within the family. There's something going on. It is yet to be seen whether this can hurt you, whether it can hinder you, or it can help you. But more than likely, I'm looking at a hindrance because it's lying directly over the family and it's in the upright position. Family secret, family secret. What is this about? This is something that I'm really curious about and want to try to get to the bottom of for some of you. Um, for some of you, you know exactly what I'm talking about, what it is, what the kind of secret this is that's trying to be kept. And some of you are just hearing about it, just, you know, learning that something is going to come to the surface. But whatever the case is, the truth would need to come out. And based upon this reading, that it already looks like something is coming out. It looks like something's going to unfold. Beneath you, at your foundation, under your feet, on the ground, is the Hermit in reverse. In the upright position, the Hermit means that you are willingly going deep inside of yourself to find some truth, to find some answers, to gain some knowledge, to gain some wisdom. You're going into your higher self to become more introspective so that when you come out, you can be bigger, better, stronger, more versed, have more knowledge about something so that you can move forward and use that knowledge in whatever way that you need. And the reverse position tells me one of two things. It means you need to go inside and do some soul searching to gain some knowledge and answers and clarity about something, but you're not at that stage yet. So it is in reverse. Or you were forced by circumstances that, maybe were out of your control to go deep down inside and become introspective, to gain knowledge and clarity and the wisdom to apply what you've learned. So either way, this is something that is happening or needs to happen, but hasn't happened yet. It's something that, or if it has happened, you didn't do it voluntarily. So you're not quite at the stage where you're ready for that. Okay? In your immediate past, you have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is your energy. It is the air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It is a young person. It is someone who's they're like a teenager, child, a teenager, someone who's inquisitive, has a very sharp mind, hasn't totally learned how to communicate well, communicate their, verbally and their thoughts and ideas. They're still a bit naive, and they're learning. They can be pretty sharp, have a pretty sharp tongue, be pretty sharp at the mind, quick witted, but haven't learned how to master the art of communication for when to say something and when not to say something. It also means that this is a beginning stage of something that can be taking place. Maybe you need to sign some sort of document, or you need to sign some sort of legal papers, because the swords is also it also deals with legalities. Okay, so it could be a combination of both. This could be you. You could have that energy of the young inquisitive person who's setting out on their path and really getting started. You may not be like a very young person, but you could have that innocence of exploration because it's something that is something that you desire. You want to explore better ways of communicating your thoughts and ideas. Maybe writing, maybe starting a new career in journalism, writing, something to do with the mind, something to do in the legal field. Okay, that's what I'm picking up for some of you. Above you is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the Taurus card. That's earth energy. The Hierophant talks about conformity. It talks about religion. It talks about secret societies. It talks about someone being a leader of like a group or organization, or like a religious leader, someone being maybe someone of the cloth, someone of faith, someone who's able to marry people. That could be the case. Perhaps you got married, wanted to start a family, or you got married and did and started a family. This could very well have something to do with your marriage, your relationship. Maybe marriage is on your mind, and you'd like to expand your family. You'd like to start a family or expand it, or you've done that already. Then you have the Hierophant underneath you, underneath family. There's something that something to do with this family, something to do with your family. You have marriage on the mind, commitment, family commitment, but there's some sort of secret. There's something that you don't know about. Maybe something is striking up your intuition, but you're not ready to go inside and see it yet, to see it for what it is. You're not ready for being brutally honest with yourself. You're afraid of what you find if you go deep down inside, what you discover. If you follow your intuition and become introspective, step away from the situation for a little bit, go inside and study what it is you see. Your mind is very sharp, okay? You have a sharp mind, very sharp. And I have the feeling that You know what this secret is about, but you haven't reached that level in your life, in your experiences, where you're ready for that truth. You're ready to deal with it because the Hierophant is in reverse and the Page of Swords is behind you. Someone's still young, someone's still innocent, but on their path of truth and communication and honesty, self honesty, justice. Perhaps someone, maybe you chose to be this way in your life, chose to stay in a certain level of innocence so you won't have to deal with truth, so that you won't have to deal with secrets. Because if we choose to be naive, then we never have to grow up. We never have to evolve. We never have to mature. Am I making sense to you? If you made this choice, Gemini, to be the Page of Swords or to remain in that energy from the past, or if this was you in the past, then you couldn't be the king or the queen, someone who's reached that stage in their life, who's gone through the stages, going through the page, going through the Knight of Swords, going through, to reach the king status or the queen status of swords, the apex of your stage as an air sign. Maybe this was you in the past. Maybe this was you when you got married and some truth came out about a marriage, about family, or it's about to come out and you are afraid, you're afraid to face it. So you're not ready to go inside, and if you do go inside, you have to be forced inside to be introspective. Does that make sense? Because it's right here, it's right under you, and this is a major arcana. This is something that's going to happen whether whether we really like it or not. It's the energy that's there, it's something that's going on. It's immediate, it's right there. You've got three major arcanas going down the same line. The Hierophant, the Taurus, the Hermit in reverse, Virgo. The Moon, I think the Moon, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Pisces. Excuse me. Major arcanas. In the immediate future is the Ace of Wands. The Wands is fire energy. That's Leo, that's Sagittarius, that is Aries. Ace of Wands is a new beginning, a new opportunity coming in to start like a new project or new endeavor, maybe open up a new business, get a new job. It's a chance to start over new. Okay? It's a chance to venture off and use some of these ideas that you have had in your head from the past as a young person. Maybe it was something you always wanted to do as a young page. I want to be a movie star when I grow up. I don't know what life path is. I want to be a wedding planner. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to, you're in your head, you're in your mind, your thought, you're young, your thoughts are racing. You got all these ideas up here in your head. Sometimes, for some of you, you got trapped inside your head because you had to have family. So these things never came to fruition because you got married. You got married and started a family. But the truth is, there's something else you need. This is for some of you, and it's going to come out. Maybe something that you feel that others won't approve of. It be something you want to start that you feel that maybe your spouse or your family won't be on board with. Picking this up for some of you. This is a general reading, so what I say not apply to everyone. Of course it won't, because I'm not doing like a one-on-one reading, but you touch base with somebody. Something I say, touch base with somebody. Okay? Before no, I'm gonna finish up over here first, and then I'm gonna go to the bottom of the deck and see what's under the surface. You have the Five of Pentacles clarifying the Ace of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Six of Swords, Four of Swords. Everything over here are minor arcanas. These are minor things that are going on in our lives. not always minor, but things that just things we go through in our everyday lives, basic things, situations, involvements with people that aren't like major, nothing, extremely life changing, but things we need to kind of take heed to and work with. Five of Pentacles tells me, because it's all over here in the near future, Five of Pentacles tells me that you felt left out in the cold with something, or maybe you had to pick up and start all over again because something over here in your family life or in your marriage fell apart. Maybe you got divorced. Maybe you lost something. Or maybe you're in the process of getting a divorce. You're in a process of separating from your family. And you have to take what you have on your back. You have to maybe um, become a single parent and start over again with your child or your children. And you feel that you can't maybe turn to your faith, or you feel like you've lost some faith and you feel like you can't um, turn to your faith here at the Hierophant because you feel like maybe your faith let you down or something. That's what I'm picking up for some of you. Some of you I'm picking up starting over again, having to start over again financially because you lost something, and for some I'm picking up that you kind of lost some of your faith along your process of needing to start over again. Eight of Cups is right next to the Five of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups talks about moving on from a situation of love, something that you had passion for, maybe family, maybe a marriage or long-term relationship that you were in. You're starting over. You're leaving it behind. You're walking away from the Ten of Cups. You had the Ten of Cups over here, that happiness. But you had to pick up, start walking away, or you're going to have to pick up and start walking away. Something is making you walk away from this. And it's the secret on top of it. What is this secret that's going to that's going to leave you out in the cold, having to start over again financially, uh, use the resources that you have left from the best way that you can. Maybe some of you are getting divorced and you have to split the money. This is my half, and I have to do the best I can with it. I have to, make this do what it needs to do so that I can pick myself up, move on, sustain me and the children. Ten of Cups, family, happiness, love. Five of Pentacles, splitting things down the middle. Having Eight of Cups, having to leave the Ten of Cups, this situation, this marriage, this relationship, and splitting the money down the middle. Ten of Cups, division of property, and you need to walk away. You're walking away, or somebody's walking away. Either you're walking away, or somebody's walking away from a situation. This is what I'm getting. For some of you, this could be job related. For a very, very small portion of you, but because the Ten of Cups is there, to me, that means family, that means love, that means the ultimate marriage. Okay? That's not like a work card or business card. It has to do with more on these are personal things. Next to the Eight of Cups is the Six of Wands. That's that fire energy. That's Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. The Knight of Wands has victory, recognition. The Knight of Wands is someone who is... The Knight of Wands... Oops. I dropped the card. Sorry about that. The Knight of Wands is someone who's riding off into the sunset after making a decision. After making a decision to walk away, and they're gaining some victory. They're getting recognition. They're feeling good. They're feeling proud. They're feeling, I'm ahead. I'm making it. I can do this. I'm doing it. I am doing it. I got the support of community. I've got the support of people around me. I have the support of people who know me and love me, people who recognize me. This is what will happen if you decide to take that new route, if you decide to take this offer of a new opportunity to start something new, a new endeavor, a new business, new job. It's going to be a little rough in the beginning for you, Gemini, if this is something that you need to do or something that your spouse needs to do or your mate. After the Six of Wands, riding around, making all this movement, you on your journey. This looks like that journey card through the street that I was telling you about somewhere in the Midwest where there was like cornfields and wheat and stuff, all that stuff along the street. You're going to be tired, you're going to need rest, you're going to need rejuvenation because it's going to wear you down, but it'll be worth it. This is not, I don't see this as a bad card, I just see this as you needing rest and rejuvenation because you've done so much, you will be doing so much should you take on this path. It'll be a victory, but you'll need rest after it, okay? Looks like it'll be some sort of good change, though. It does. Looks like it'll be some sort of good change. Okay, let's go to the bottom of the deck because I want to take a look a little bit, see what's going on. See what's beneath the surface, Gemini. Two of Pentacles. Gonna go just a few down. Look at this. Six of Swords. King of Wands. Two of Swords. And if you go just one more down, there's the Sun. For some of you, this could mean you've had some happiness. To me, this is relationship. More relationship stuff going on. The Sun. Leo card. Well, not necessarily a Leo card, but usually the Sun, Leos are ruled by the Sun. We're the Sun sign. We're the only ones ruled by the Sun. So when I see the Sun, I automatically think Leo. All that fire in Leo. Fire. Okay, you've had some happiness. You've had the promise of a bright, happy relationship, marriage. It started out really good, but then something happened, and you were stabbed in the back, perhaps, or you stabbed someone in the back. Your relationship, don't know who it is, which one of you it is, but the swords is definitely your energy. That's air energy. That's Libra. That's Aquarius. That's Gemini. Or maybe you just feel like you were betrayed. Maybe you just feel like you were stabbed in the back. This could have actually happened, or it could be you being in your feelings, but it's an ending. Whatever the case is, something ended. Could it have been this King of Wands that you were with? Could it have been this King of Wands? Fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. He's looking directly at the of Swords. Can you see him? He's looking over at the of Swords. Did you do this to him or her as the king, or did he do this to you and he or she is feeling some sort of guilt? He or she is looking at what they did for the first time, like really looking at it, but it's too late because it's under the surface and all of this is in the progress. All of this is in progress right now. Everything here is happening on the, this is on the surface and this is below the surface. Here again, Six of Swords, that's your energy. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, air sign, moving on. You're taking that journey. You're moving on with what you have, and you're taking that journey. You're not excited about it. It's not as exciting as the Six of Wands, where you feel that your journey through the community, through the cornfields in the Midwest is new and exciting. And yes, I feel victorious. I'm on top of the world. It's not the same energy, but it's still movement. It's more so like a heavy feeling. It's heaviness, it's despair, but it's a choice that you needed to make to move on. And it looks like you made that choice. It looks like you were battling with a choice to move on from the past. Okay? You were juggling two decisions with the Two of Pentacles. Perhaps juggling your money to make this happen, to make this move happen. It left you kind of short. You had to sometimes pay Peter to, you had to rob Peter to pay Paul. Juggling that money in between paychecks. I have dollars in the bank. I need dollars for food, dollars for gas, and the other five to pay a bill. How am I going to do this? You know, that kind of thing. Sometimes that happens to us in life, you know. The Two of Pentacles, the man holding the Two of Pentacles, is actually looking over at the Six of Swords, looking back at the situation. Perhaps you're wondering how you got there, what happened. You tried to move on. Maybe you tried to start anew. Maybe this is something that happened to you in the past, in your deep past, and maybe you started over. You started over with, you rolled yourself back to innocence and said, you know what? I'm not going to bring all of this baggage from the past with me. I'm just going to start over new. I'm going to start over as in all of the stuff from the past just never happened. And I'm going to start all over again. But somewhere in the present, history could be repeating itself. Some of you having to move over again, having to start over new with fresh ideas, with new ideas, start something new adventure, new business, new career, new job, having to move on, but this time you're older and you're wiser, regardless of how youthful you appeared in the past. Now you're older, you're wiser, you have more energy. You're taking on this with the new attitude, with the more mature attitude, with the more confident attitude than you did with the Six of Swords. I'm just wondering. I want to pull a couple of cards to clarify a few things because I'm curious about this moon. What is this moon about? Why is this moon here? What is the secret of that? Look at this ability. What is the secret of the moon? What kind of secret lies beneath the moon? What's going on with the moon? Oops. What's the secret? Where's the moon there? Oops. What's this? Give me another card on the moon. Okay. For the moon, I got the anchor, I got the dog, and I have the fox. The anchor means stability. It means something. It means foundation. It means stability, which is what you have with family. The dog is like a friend. It's like a soulmate, someone who can help you. The dog can be like your husband or your wife, your best friend. You created a foundation with your best friend, someone you were really close with. You love this person. This was your soulmate. This was your best friend. This person was more than just a lover, someone you fell in love with. This person, that relationship was much stronger than that because he or she was also your best friend. And then the fox. The fox is someone sneaky, someone sly, someone deceptive. Okay? It could also be, the fox could also be that of someone who is like an employee type of, an employee. But depending upon the cards that are around, it will determine whether it's someone being sneaky and cunning and sly, or like an independent contractor, someone working independently or as an employee. But this doesn't show me anything about being that. It shows me that this person that you had a strong foundation with, your soulmate, looks like they stepped out and did something sneaky, something underhanded, or is about to do it. Because family is under the moon. Secret is there. Maybe it hasn't come out yet, or it's about to come out, or maybe you have someone else. Maybe you're kind of sneaking around with someone else. Whatever the case is, it's something to think about. It is something to turn upside down and be introspective about, something to go deep inside about and not avoid it. Because it's right there. It's right in front of you. It's something that you have to deal with that's right in front of you. For some of you, you may already be in the process of moving forward with something that you want to do in your life, moving forward with a decision that you need to make about a relationship, but the energy is still there because it's still happening. You're still in the middle of it. You're still in the process. That's what I'm picking up for some of you. Before I close out this reading, I want to select a few spiritual cards to end this reading with. I'm using I'm using the Spiritual Messages deck by John Holland. I happen to love his work because I love the color of the cards. I love the realness of the cards. And I love the messages. I love his work, period. What messages do you have for Gemini? What messages do you have for Gemini? Spirit, what messages do you have for Gemini? This one wants to come out. One more. Spirit, what message do you have for... Look at this. Aww. I love it. Aww. Aww, Gemini. My friend Gemini. You got nature. You have believe. And you have be proud. Nature. Believe. Be proud. I'm going to read these to you. Take off my glasses. Really good. Nature. This is a time to absorb the healing properties that nature has to offer. Your mind, body, and soul need nourishment, energy, rejuvenation, and strength. Nature has much to offer, so take this time to connect and spend some quality time outdoors. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, it kind of matches, well, it does the vision I had while I was meditating for Gemini. You know, remember when I was telling you about the colors, the pastel colors? Look at that. You know, you walking out into nature with a pretty dress on, with like the cream color of the beige color dress. And then there was the other part of you that kind of morphed into other colors, which were which were pastels, while you remained inside of the light colored dress, walking through nature, just pure nature, absorbing it, while you're on your journey of newness, while you're on your journey of awareness, while you're on your journey of change, of relocation, perhaps. Some of you be relocating, by the way, if you haven't already done so. Some of you be in the process of that. But just embracing it, you know, being out there, spending some alone time in nature, walking towards the sun, the healing properties of the sun. Some of you have some Leo in you, or some fire energy in you, you know? This is beautiful. By the way, the thing with the dress doesn't necessarily have to be a woman. You know, I know that there are some men watching this, and the men be saying, you know, well, I'm not a woman, you know, but I need change. I need to take that journey. Why does she have to have on a dress? Why does it have to be a woman? Why can't I have on some pants or something, some jeans and a t-shirt? However it applies to you, in whichever way you want to see that vision that I had in the beginning, however you want to see yourself in it, let it apply. You can change the dress to some linen pants and a linen shirt or something, some sweats, whatever, with the same colors if that's what you want. But it's this is nice. This is nice. Very nice. Believe. The force that works through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible, the difference between success or failure, and above all who you are, is the power of your belief. Believe. This card is about obviously believing in yourself, knowing that everything that you have, everything that you need is already within you. It's inside of you. But you must tap into the inner you and connect with that so that you can manifest what you desire. You have to believe it first. Some say that, most people say the old adage, I have to see it before I believe it, or I'll believe it when I see it. Mm-mm. You have to believe it before you see it so you can see it. You have to believe it first. You have to see it in the mind's eye first. You have to believe this first. You have to already put yourself in that position to what it is you want to manifest in your life. You gotta put yourself there first. You have to program your subconscious mind to see you as already having or being whatever it is you want before it manifests. If you don't, it won't happen. That's just the law of the universe, law of attraction. You know? Beautiful. Look at that card. Beautiful, beautiful energy from that card. Be proud. It's time to celebrate all you've achieved, all that you are, and all that you will become. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and to be proud of it. Look at that green energy. That green energy is the heart chakra. It represents the heart chakra. It represents love, external and internal. In this case, it's definitely internal. It's the love that you need for yourself to help these changes take place. It's that love that you need to nurture yourself so that you can go on this journey. You can start developing that confidence, that true confidence that you need to prevail and move past whatever this issue is. Be proud of yourself. Any mistakes you've made or anything you feel that you failed at, don't beat yourself up over. These are life lessons. We take these life lessons, we learn from them, and we move forward. We take them, we have to see some of these things as life lessons. Some of the issues that we go through, some of the changes that we go through in our lives. Be proud of yourself. Start counting more of your successes than your perceived failures. Count small successes, things that we don't see as success because to us they're not big enough to be successes, but they are indeed successes. Acknowledge them, count them, be proud of them. If you have to count small successes to make one big one, then do that. Acknowledge this, acknowledge what you've done, what you've accomplished already, so that you can attract more to you. Does that make sense, Gemini? I hope it makes sense, Gemini. Go out into nature, absorb the light for healing, absorb the sun's rays for healing, so that you can do that thing with your mind that you guys are always so good at. You get caught up in your mind. You have very, very sharp minds, very, very sharp, and sometimes, oftentimes, you really need this. We all need it, but definitely, as a Gemini, as an air sign, you need it so that you won't be so caught up in your head. Okay, you need to clear your mind, get some fresh air, get some nature. It's helpful. Do this so that you can start believing in yourself again and being proud of your successes so that you can create more. Gemini, I hope this reading has helped you in some way. I hope that it has answered some questions that you've had or shed some light on some things that that maybe you weren't ready for, or I just hope that it helped you in some way. I hope that it resonated in some way. If it did, please let me know. I would love to hear your story. Tell me a little bit about what's going on with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, please check out one of the other videos for your moon and your rising signs, but whatever that be. Maybe you can get more clarity into situation. Maybe they'll resonate a little bit better than this reading. Or if you'd like a private reading, if you feel like you need me or you'd like me to connect with you a little bit better on a private level so that we can address something that's going on specifically for you and not just a general reading, then contact me. Subscribe to my page. Give me a thumbs up. Connect with me. Send me an email so that we can work something out. Anyway, Gemini, I hope that you have a blessed day. You be well. And I'm sending you plenty of love and light. It's plenty of love and light. Take care until the next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.